What is up, y'all, and welcome to week 2 of this interview season in my life. Today is Monday. It is January the 9th. It is 1:21 p.m. and I am all dressed and ready to go for my shadow shift. So last week, y'all know I had 2 interviews. I had an interview on the 4th with like a hospice company that was an in-person interview. Y'all already know why I'm using quotes. And then I had a virtual interview on the 5th for a different company, and that was for like a urgent care kinda slash primary care kinda, but not really, but a little bit of both mixed in. If I told y'all the name of the company, y'all would understand what I'm saying when I say it's like a little bit of urgent care but not really, and a little bit of primary care but not really. But since I'm not telling y'all the name of that company, we just gonna say that. So for that interview, the one I did on the 5th, the virtual interview, I was offered a shadow shift after the interview. So I felt like that was a good sign, because I'm sure they don't offer like shadow shifts to everybody. So that shadow shift is from today, from 2:30 to 4:30. And then outfit of the day, she told me to dress just like business casual and to wear my lab coat. So I just have my lab coat on, a blue jean button-up shirt, some black slacks, and then my, what do you call these, Burberry espadrilles. Y'all, I haven't worn a lab coat since, let me go have a seat. I haven't worn a lab coat, y'all, since I stopped working as an MP. With that job, it wasn't really a strict dress code. So what I would do, if I wore a uniform, I wouldn't wear my lab coat. But if I wore regular clothes, like how I have on today, then I would put my lab coat on. And then I have a little piece of my mommy with me. She bought this for me specifically to put on my lab coat after I graduated MP school. She actually bought one for me and one for one of my best friends here, Bianca, after we graduated MP school. So anytime I wear my lab coat, I just make sure I put my little MP pin on. But anyway, that's it. So before I go, I need to run downstairs really quickly and print off like a non-disclosure agreement form. So since I'm doing this shadow shift, this particular company wants me to print that form off, sign it, and bring it with me to the shadow shift. I knew I was gonna have to sign it because the lady who I did the interview with, she told me I would. I just thought it was gonna be virtual. So even though it's not till 2:30, I do have to go a little bit far. The location they're sending me to for the shadow shift isn't that close to me. I mean, it's like 25 minutes away, 26 minutes away. And with Houston traffic and all the construction, I just want to make sure that I get there on time. Like, how dare I show up late to a shadow shift? So I'm gonna go ahead and run downstairs, print off the form. If that printer isn't working, because sometimes that printer is a little finicky if the Wi-Fi isn't stable down there, I've already sent it to FedEx and I'll just print it off there. So I just wanted to come on and introduce this part of my interview season. We got a shadow shift, so to me, that's a big deal. Like I said, I'm sure they're not offering like shadow shifts to every single person they interview. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not nervous. I'm not like, I don't know what I feel like. I'm not super nervous. I'm not like super excited. It just feels like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, and that could change, you know? But as far as right now, this moment in my life, I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. So I'm not really nervous about it. And well, not even really nervous. I'm not nervous at all about it. And I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, it's not like that either. I'm just feeling like, I don't know, like a little indifferent. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This is wild. Anyway, y'all, let me go and print this stuff off. Of course, I'm not going to record any of this shadow shift, y'all. It's a shadow shift. It's from 2:30 to 4:30. So y'all just going to have to wait till after the shadow shift to see how I felt about the shadow shift. I mean, I'm either going to feel good about the shadow shift or not good about the shadow shift. Those are the only 2 options. Those are the only 2 options I want. I don't want to feel like an in-between about the shadow shift. I either need to feel good about the shadow shift or say, nah, this not for me, and that's okay too. But I don't think it's gonna be the latter. I think I'm gonna feel okay with the shadow shift. I'm just ready to get this shadow shift started. So enough of me rambling. I'm about to go print off the paperwork I need to print off, sign it, and hit the road. So I'll see y'all in a few hours. It'll be a few seconds. It's gonna be like the next clip. But for me, I'll see y'all in a few hours. So until then, see you when I see you. Bye. All right, y'all. It is 2:12 and I literally just pulled up to where my shadow shift is. Can y'all see? What y'all see? Okay, yeah. So it's 2:12 and I just pulled up to where my shadow shift is, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my lab coat. Like I said, I'm supposed to be in there at 2:30. I believe they go on break. I believe she went on break, the lady who I'm shadowing, from 1 to 2. So like I said, it's now 2:12 or 2:13. I'm supposed to be in there at 2:30. So we just about to put the lab coat back on because I didn't want to drive in my lab coat. And we're gonna get this shadow shift started, y'all. Anyway, let me get myself together. I'm gonna call my mama because I told her I was gonna call her when I got here, and instead of calling her, I picked up the camera and talked to y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her a call just so she can know I made it, because y'all know I talk to my mama all day long. Like, I literally talk to her all day long. So I'm gonna call her to let her know I made it. And y'all, we gonna go in for these little 2 hours, baby. We gonna go in for these 2 hours. So I'll see y'all when I get out of there. So until then, see you when I see you. Bye. All right, y'all, as y'all can tell, it is dark outside. Sorry about that car alarm that's going off. I think somebody is actually in the car. So were they trying to get out the car? There we go. Okay, so as y'all can see, it's dark outside. It's currently 5:59. Y'all, I was in there for, well, I've been here for what, 3.5 hours? Okay, so I was supposed to be, my scheduled shadow shift was from 2:30 to 4:30. Shortly after I got here, I got an email saying that the nurse practitioner was going to be running late from her lunch break. So we technically didn't start till 3. In my mind, I was still gonna kind of dip out of here at 4:30 because that was my scheduled time, and it was some stuff I wanted to do when I left here, like go to the grocery store, not at nighttime. But as I was in there and talking to the nurse practitioner who I was with, and like watching her like see the patients and seeing the type of stuff that comes in, I decided to just stay. So I was gonna leave at 5, because then if I start my time at 3, my 2 hours would be 5 o'clock. But like, we got caught up, we was talking, like I really enjoyed her in this short amount of time that I was in there. And I enjoyed seeing like the different patients that was coming in, and somebody else came in and I wanted to see what she was gonna do for that, blah blah blah. So needless to say, it's 6 o'clock. I'll give y'all like a recap of everything and how I felt and how I'm currently feeling once I get back to the house. So until then, see you when I see you. Bye. All right, y'all, let me update y'all real quick. It's currently 7:20. I made a few stops before I came home. I already done changed in my dirty body robe so I can shower and make me some dinner. But to sum up today, so to reiterate, the shadow shift today was supposed to be from 2:30 to 4:30. I got there, as y'all saw, I went in, I was on the phone with my mom, I waited. At this point, it's like 2:37 and nobody was in there, like no patients, no staff. So as I'm on the phone with my mom, something told me to check my email. So I got an email saying that the nurse practitioner who I'm supposed to be with was running late and she wasn't gonna be there until about 3:10. So I go back to my car, which was around 2:40, chit chat on the phone with my mom. I'll go back in there at 3 o'clock. Now, 30 minutes of my scheduled time was already gone. So in my mind, I'm thinking like I'm still just gonna leave at 4:30 because there was still other things that I planned to do after that, which was like go to the store and just run some errands before it got dark, right? But when I was in there, I thoroughly enjoyed the nurse practitioner who I was with. It was interesting, like seeing the type of patients that they see and knowing like what the nurse practitioner does, and also learning what the nurse do as well. Like the nurse takes a lot of the load off because the nurse can do a lot of things that we don't have to do. Some days I was told that you don't get a nurse. Like she said it doesn't happen often, but she said there are days when you don't get a nurse, so you end up doing everything. But she was like, for the most part, you get a nurse, and they take a lot of the load off. Because at one point, you will see it'll be like a few people ready to be seen, or like maybe one. I'm saying a few people. It don't be like multiple people, but it may be like maybe 2 people ready to be seen, and one of them would be the nurse can handle, and then the other one, if it's like a sick visit, the MP can handle. You know what I'm saying? If it's like vaccinations or immunization, something like that. Like the nurse can take care of those patients for you. So that was kind of cool. So I kind of got caught up into like seeing the different patients with her and listening to their complaints and listening to how she handled it and formulating my own plan in my mind on how I would handle it, and knowing that my plan actually matched her plan, and it was good doing that. So when 4:30 came, I kind of wanted to see a few more people, you know, so that's how I ended up staying that long. But overall, I told y'all I either wanted to walk out of there feeling comfortable, well, not comfortable, because I won't necessarily be comfortable until I'm actually like the provider and I'm actually like doing it, but I wanted to walk out of there feeling like confident in a decision, like yes, I can see myself working here, or completely no, this is not for me, no, I cannot see myself working here. And I left out of there saying yeah, like confident, like I can see myself working here. I know I'm gonna have 3 weeks worth of training. I think those 3 weeks worth of training for me would be very well, because like I'm not new to this. Like a lot of this stuff, like I just never done like urgent care or primary care or the little mix in between. Like I've just never done it, but it doesn't mean I can't do it. It just means that I haven't done it, but this is what I'm trained for. So this is what I went to school for, like all like family, and what we saw today was that, right? So the fact that I'm hearing the complaints, the cough and cold complaints, a lot of stuff is like cough, cold, upper respiratory type stuff. Like we're not doing stitches, and that's why I keep saying it's urgent care, but not really. You know what I'm saying? We may do some diabetes management or some hypertension management, but we're not necessarily a family clinic either. So that's why I keep saying it's hard to say. If I told y'all where I worked, y'all would get it, you know? But needless to say, besides all of that, I walked out of there feeling confident that I could work there, and with the proper 3-week training that I would feel comfortable even after that, like continuing to work there as another provider, you know? So I'm excited about that. So what happens next with this company, I think they will reach out to me. She's probably gonna talk to the nurse practitioner who I was with today, just to see like my vibe. I'm sure that's how that's gonna work. And then I should be getting a call, I guess within the next few days, on an offer or not. That's crazy. This is crazy. Like this is so crazy to me, y'all. And then that first job I interviewed with, I haven't heard anything back from them. First of all, it wasn't an interview. Y'all already know the story about that. They asked me 3 questions. How much money you want, what day you can start, and what's your availability. It wasn't an interview. Needless to say, y'all know that person was supposed to call me back on like Friday for like the real interview. I haven't heard anything back from them people, and quite frankly, I'm leaving that alone, because I don't even know if that was a real company. And I hate to say that, right? But I don't even know if that was a real company. Like, they don't even have a website. You can't look them up. Like, I don't know if that was a real company, because like, how are they getting patients? And even if it is referral basis, like they get all their patients via referral and referral only, wouldn't you still have a website? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not worried. Let's just say I am grateful that that wasn't my only callback for an interview, because I would be so discouraged. I'll be on here talking to y'all about a travel assignment and not no NP interviews. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up for today. I guess the next time I pick up the camera for this interview process will be me letting y'all know that I got an offer. I'm gonna get an offer. I'm confident. Today is January the 9th. It's 7/27, and I am going to confidently say they are going to offer me this position. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye.